Now, the promise for that faithful and prudent servant, we also find it in Revelation chapter 3 verse 21, which says, "To him that overcometh will I give to sit with me in my throne, as I overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne." Now, in this divine promise, we can see that the Lord Jesus Christ has a very special place. And he will be there in the throne of the Lord Jesus Christ, because he is the angel of the Lord Jesus Christ sent in the end time, just like he was sent to John, the beloved disciple. But in the end time, he will already be in human flesh. Now, you notice here in the book of quotations, where we have an extract from the 6th seal in the book of quotations, page 96 and 97 on paragraph 837. The seventh angel, William Marion Branham, speaking, he says, "I dreamt about a month after that, and I was standing one day and I was watching the great time." Now, not the judgment. In other words, not the final judgment. Now, I don't believe the church, I don't believe that the bride or the church ever comes to the judgment. But I was there when the crowns was being given out. See, not the final judgment. This is before the final judgment. The judgment for the distribution of rewards for the children of God. And that judgment will be in the time in which the human beings here on earth will be passing through a great tribulation of the 70th week of the prophecy of Daniel. In other words, the last part of that week, which are 3.5 years. He says, "But I was there when the crowns was being given out." Doesn't the Bible say that he has made us for our God kings and priests? There cannot be kings without crowns. But I was there when the crowns was being given out, and the great big throne set up there, and Jesus and a recording angel, and all were standing there. And there was a steps, like come down this way of white ivory, run down a circle, from up in the throne to down, but the people were down. And Christ and the recording angel were up. He continues saying, I made a panoramic like this and went out so that all this great host standing out there could see what was happening. The recording angel would call a certain name, and I would recognize that name. I looked, and way back out there, here comes the brother walking with a sister, walking up to you like that. See, they had to go up the staircase. The recording angel standing there by the side of Christ. Just a dream now. But a dream of a prophet is a prophetic dream. He says that this was when the crowns were being given. He says, And their name was on there. It was found in the book of life. Where was the recording name or recording angel calling from? He was calling from the book of life where those names were written. In the Lamb's book of life, that book which was sealed with the 7 seals in heaven, which the Lord Jesus Christ took, and He opened it in heaven, and He brought it on earth, and He gave it to the last prophet, the last of His prophets. So therefore, then He has a work of calling from the book of life all those who have their names in the Lamb's book of life. And not only for this final stage where He calls them with the message of the great trumpet, the great voice of trumpet, but also for the distribution of rewards. His ministry will continue for the resurrection, for the rapture, for the distribution of the rewards, and for the glorious millennial kingdom, and for all eternity. At the side of the Lord Jesus Christ as the recording minister, the ministering angel of the Lord Jesus Christ. For that reason, the Lord Jesus Christ gives him the register, the Lamb's book of life, because he is his recording messenger, recording angel. Now let's continue reading here. And their name was on there. It was found in the book of life. He would look out over them and say, it was well done, my good and faithful servant. Now enter in. I looked back where they was going. There was a new world, and the joys that is filled with the joys of the Lord, as He says, good and faithful servant, enter into the joy of your Lord. Just say, for instance, like they say, Oman Nevo. See? And then I would say, that's old brother Neville. There he is, see? The one who was the pastor there in Jeffersonville. And here he comes out of the crowd, goes up. Now he say, enter into the joys of the Lord that's been prepared for you since before the foundation of the world. Enter in. And old brother Neville just change and just start back in there, just screaming and hollering. And a recording angel stood there and said, William Branham, I never thought I would have to walk that he had to walk to that place. So then I was scared. I started walking up through there, and just as I made the first step, I stopped. And I thought, I looked at his face, I thought, I want to get a good look at him this way, and I stopped. I had my hands like this. I felt something slip in my arm here. It was somebody else's arm. I looked around, and there stood Hope, who was his first wife, the first wife of our beloved Brother Branham. Those big eyes, and that dark hair hanging down her back, white robe on, looking up at me like that. And I said, Hope. Hope. In other words, Esperanza. In Spanish, I felt something hit this arm, the other arm. Looked around, and there was Meda on the other side. That dark eyes looking up, and that black hair hanging down, a white robe on. And I said, Meda. And they looked at one another, like that. they was. I got them in my arms, and here he went, walking home. I woke up and I got up and sit down in my chair and cried, I thought, oh God, I hope that comes like that, both associated with me in life and bringing children and things like that, and here we are, walking into the new world, oh my, where perfection and everything. All this very clear picture, he could see it beforehand. The seventh angel of the Gentile church of the seventh stage, he could see it in dreams. He saw it, he saw how the distribution of rewards will be after we are transformed and raptured with the Lord. In other words, it will be a very wonderful feast. It will be so great and wonderful. And there we shall be. And there will be our message. And there, I will continue with you in the work corresponding for that time. I hope to see you who are here present and those who are through the telephone line. I hope to see you in that very wonderful place, receiving the crowns, the crown which corresponds to each one of you. I hope to see you there, and I hope that there you will hear the name, you will hear your name being called in order to receive the crown which he has promised for each one of us. There will be each of the elect. Those who died in Christ will resurrect, and they will be there. And we who are here, who are living, we will be transformed, and we will also be there. We will be there. We will see ourselves again there. After seeing ourselves here on earth in these mortal bodies, now we will see ourselves there in immortal bodies in order to receive our crown. There will be each of those who have their names written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Those who have their names written in that book, which was sealed with the 7 seals and was opened and was brought to the earth and given to the recording angel. There will be the Lord Jesus Christ, and on his side will be his recording angel. In other words, if in this end time, if he has been calling us, because we have our names written in the Lamb's Book of Life, and we have responded to the call of the Lord, then we will be called there in order to receive our crown, the crown of life, in order to receive our crown as kings. And we will hear the calling of our name. There we shall be. I will be there.